Marketing Manager at Instapage, and this is Landing Pages We Love. In this series, we take a look at landing pages from different industries to see what they do exceptionally well. And today, we're going to take a look at a landing page from SimpleTexting. So SimpleTexting is a business text messaging platform, SMS marketing, that is targeted towards businesses. Let's take a look at the design of this page. So first and foremost, this headline is very confident. The #1 business text messaging platform, that #1 is doing a lot of work. And you'll see that claim repeated throughout this landing page, and they do a really good job of backing it up. They are really anticipating that a business or let's say a marketer or a salesperson who comes to this site is probably going to be drawn by that simple part of simple texting. They are probably looking for a solution that allows them to get the benefit of this channel without overdoing it in terms of operational costs or bandwidth. So they're really hammering that in the copy.
Using their numbers and their metrics to support that claim right out the front. I love this product image. It calls to mind the standard imaging for text messaging on Apple, etc. And one thing that you'll note, and this is something we've seen in other landing pages that we've looked at in landing pages we love, is that there's no header bar. Instead of giving a viewer the option to navigate away and explore other parts of their business or their business website, they are simply leaving it to a call to action and letting the page stand on its own. For some businesses and some landing page use cases, that's a really good call, because what it does is it simplifies things and funnels the viewer towards an action, that try us free. So SimpleTexting does something that a lot of other businesses like it will do, which is they have a free version or a free trial or a demo of a paid version. And so for some folks, they might be more interested in just getting started, seeing if it works for them, and others want a more guided experience to see if the paid version is worth the investment. And so the job of this page is to speak to both of those folks and give them what they need in order to make a decision and hit one of those buttons. And one thing that they do really well is that they put their trust-building social proof right up front. Not only do they say, oh, it's the #1 business text messaging platform, they back that up. Starbucks uses them, Cisco uses them, Legoland, love Legoland, Stanford University, all these big names they're using to bolster that point that they are #1. And so if you scroll down further on the page, you're going to see how they continually back that up. First, answering that core question, why choose this, with a pretty straightforward 3-column option here. Some businesses would use a Z pattern here or an F pattern, but that does take up a lot of space. And this gives people the opportunity to learn about this option right out the gate. Something you'll note, like I was saying about speaking to those two different folks, the person who's interested in the paid plan and the person who just wants to try it out to start, they speak to that person with this called out box, and you'll see that it's white on the gray background, so it really draws the eye in, and it feels like a special offer, upgrade to a plan risk-free. I think that's really cool. And you'll see that best practice of repeating the call to action button in the same color continues down the page. So looking further, further on down this page, they reinforce that. The #1 with these customer reviews. So they let their customers speak for them, and they use those 5 stars to really the 5 stars to really hammer that point in. So not only using the social proof here, but also letting the personal story back up the kind of more institutional. They let the personal back up the professional in the logos, etc., that they listed above. So let's scroll further on down this page and see how they back up those claims from the start. Not only do they have the logos of their customers, not only do they have the words of their customers, they have their G2 reviews and badges. So really showing off that if you're looking for this type of solution for your business, they are really trying to put the point home that they are number one. That claim that they had in the headline, they are working really hard in this landing page to back it up. And I think they do so at every different step the further on down you scroll. Again, looking at someone who might be on the fence about, do I want to try it or do I want to do the paid version? This speaks to them. The simple pricing, backing up that simple in their brand, but also you get all of these things, and then they don't back it up with buy now. They say try us free. And that means that, you can go in, try it for yourself. But if you click that, you're already in their flow. And so you're on the road to converting. Down at the bottom of this page is something that I think is really cool, stands out. They talk about their integrations, their services, how it plugs in with your marketing stack, which is a huge consideration for a buyer like this. Actually, something that's really cool here is you'll see that this they've got the buttons to go left or right, but you can actually even just scroll if you have a Apple mouse or something else like that. So you're able to see all the integrations with those most important ones kind of front and center, the Salesforce, Zapier, MailChimp. And then, again, using the real estate in a really smart way. But the thing that stood out to me is further on down the bottom. So I'm a product marketer, and something that I really love is finding ways to tell the product story with a human story. And so one way to do that is with a case study. You find a customer who's had a really strong success with your product. And then you show that in the numbers and the metrics. You can see that this business, Matt from Whisker Seeker Tackle, saw a 25% conversion rate increase, or 47% click-through rate, all these really strong numbers that brings it to life. It's not just logo achieve business. We can see Matt right here, and it brings that business to life. Especially if you might be a smaller business or you don't have as much of a kind of corporate structure behind you. Seeing a small business see success in this kind of case study is really strong. Again, not a lot of copy, not a lot of real estate taken up. Some businesses, I've done this myself, will create a case study and make it a PDF or something that you have to click away to, like a blog. This tells the whole story in one screen, and I think that's really cool. And that really wraps up the page. They've got a standard footer below that. Once again, if you've made it this far, you're probably interested. So try us free, hit the conversion button. But I think all in all, it's a really strong landing page for hammering in that core message. It's simple and it's the best. That clarity of language and that story that gets told from the start of the page all the way down is why landing pages can be such an effective tool for businesses. So with that said, there's a few things I'd like to experiment with looking at this landing page. And the first one comes to mind right away. That is the very top of this page. Now, I called out that they don't have a opportunity to click away at the top of the page, but as you scroll down, you lose that persistent call to action button. Sure, the call to action is repeated throughout the page with that really recognizable blue with white text, but if they had made that sticky, they might have been able to potentially capture some people who decide, okay, I've seen enough, I know where to find the conversion, the next step, I'm going to click there. I'd be really interested to see how making that header with the call to action button sticky as you go down the page would impact conversions. So that's just one test I might run, but overall, I think it's a very strong page. Well, that's it for us today. Thanks very much for tuning in. I know it's fun to look at these pages, but really the benefit of this is that we get to learn and we get to see how we can build better pages for our own businesses. And so if you're interested in that and you want to try building landing pages for yourself or learn ways to do it better, Instapage is the place to go. You can either follow us on social media, check out our other videos with my colleagues, Jake, Tess, and others. You can even try Instapage for yourself with a free trial using this QR code in the corner here. And that about wraps it up. Thanks everyone for tuning in today, and I appreciate it. Hope you have a good rest of your day.